name is Dorottya, but people call me Dora. I'm Hungarian. I was born in Veszprém, then my family moved to Debrecen, which is in the Ukrainian border, and then they moved to Székesfehérvár, and now they live in the Austrian border at Győr, so actually from everywhere in Hungary. I came to France when I was 18, so 12 years ago, to learn French actually. I came as a nanny, and then basically I decided to stay after that. French culture is quite different from Hungarian. I do feel that it mainly boils down to pleasure and food. When they eat, they do it for pleasure, they do it for the taste and savoring stuff. In Hungary, for example, that part I feel that it's missing. We eat, and whilst we're eating, we're preparing the next bite, not enjoying a meal for example, 1 hour as they would do in France. Today, I don't feel French yet, but I don't feel Hungarian anymore because I've been here for 12 years. So there's many aspects of the French culture that I really like. The love of food and the love of life per se and in general. But I do have a Hungarian heart underneath and down below. So yeah, I do feel that like 80% French and 20 Hungarian. People should visit Paris and France for multiple reasons. So first, of course, is the capital of luxury and fashion. Yes, let's say that in Milan you have fashion as well with one mall. Here they have 4 malls dedicated to luxury and high-end products. People actually, when you're in the street as a Hungarian, I can see how they dress differently, so you can really feel that they take care of their outfits, etc. So you feel that they live in a way of art. Everything is art. Eating is art, dressing is art, and basically living is art. So to be able to have to grasp this type of living, you should definitely come to Paris and visit. If you can't come to Paris, visit at least France, but yes, of course, Paris is the capital of it all. Before I travel to a foreign country, and I think that this is the same that goes to France as well, is basically make sure that I have in mind all the main spots that needs to be visited, and all the things that needs to be done. When is it open? When is the best time to go there? Because you can easily not go inside something really important because you had a mishap in your schedule. So I would say just have a look at what's important to visit and try to plan a minimum your trip. Even if you like to do things spontaneously, have a minimum of plan. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer it politically correctly. I do feel that foreigners are quite welcome in France. As a foreigner myself, so I come from Hungary, in a country where there's no mixture of cultures. You only have Hungarians. Of course, Budapest is quite an international city and you have people from everywhere, but if you go out from Budapest and you go to the countryside, you don't have the feeling that you have this mixture of cultures. Here they do. They were colonizing a lot of countries, so all the people from these countries come back to France now and they actually live here and became French. So you have all these mixture of cultures from everywhere, so they have a great tolerance and acceptance for everyone. Of course, now I'm generalizing it, and there's always the extremists and small groups that live of hatred, and they exist in France as well. When people come to Paris, they should go to a bakery. That should be the first thing. When you buy your bread or croissant or pain au chocolat, you should never do it from a supermarket. You should always do it from a bakery. And I think that it sets the tone just right when you start your journey with the pain au chocolat as soon as you arrive. Other countries that I visited, sure. Well, I'm from Central Europe, from Hungary, so I visited quite a bit that part of the planet, meaning Slovakia, Austria, Romania, Czech Republic, etc. Then, of course, Spain, Italy, Germany, and the UK. And outside of Europe, I visited Dubai and Colombia. Well, I do love Colombia because I quite like the Latin American way of living life, being quite warm and having this positive mindset. Now, I never been to Asia, and I would really love to see a culture like Thailand or Indonesia, and feel that type of living, that basically how people live in that part of the planet. I would love to see that. I think in 2 years' time or so. So for solo travelers and actually for everyone, so first and foremost, the districts of Paris, there's 20 of them. They're all different. In every district, life is different. The people who are there are different. This is why I find it quite funny when people are telling about generalizations about Hungarians or French or Polish or whatever, because you cannot even generalize one city as Paris. How can you generalize the whole country? Anyways, in Paris, you should really pay attention to your wallet in some districts, meaning the 18th, some in the 19th, and in the 11th as well. So first and foremost, in the 18th, at Stalingrad, Barbès, Rochechouart, etc. Never go there alone during the night, unaccompanied. And always really pay attention to your wallet, etc., because there are a lot of pickpockets. First and foremost, of course, if you're a solo traveler, you should never drink a lot, meaning like, of course, have a glass of wine, because part of French culture, so you should definitely try. But don't go overboard, because if you're drunk and you're like unconscious, you cannot protect yourself, and you cannot basically get out of a difficult and risky situation. What I find interesting and funny in the same time is basically that I was supposed to come to France when I was 18, only for 1 year to learn French. Then I decided to have my studies here. Then I went back to Hungary actually for 1 year, and it just didn't feel like home anymore. So I decided to come back, and after 12 years I'm still here. So this 1 year turned out to be almost a lifetime in Paris. So it's a city that even if you just want to come a little bit, it can capture you and keep you forever. Dating in Paris in France. Well, it can be disappointing for some, and it can be quite chill for others. I'd say that Paris is a big city, so in big cities everything is quite fast, so they consume food fast and relationships fast. So meaning that all these types of stuff like Tinder work quite well in Paris, because people sometimes stay in the surface. However, if you look for deeper connections and deeper relationships, I wouldn't go for this type of apps that work really well in Paris. I would go for basically going to hobby, like do a hobby, like for example go for dance classes, and there you can meet actual friends and actual people who can become more than friends eventually.